Hello, hello. Yes, here we are. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to this evening's show. Nice to see you. Nice. Anita Kiefel, Jeff Lewis, Dave Mason, Pied Scooter. Nice to see you. Nice to hear you. Okay, we're back. We're back in all its glory. Multi-screaming. Screaming. Hello in Black Hole Colliery, Stephen Hagen. Yes, we lost, that's a little bit on the dark side, that camera. Well, it's moody, I suppose, isn't it? It's moody. Good evening, David Cowan. Yes, we lost a good friend a couple of days ago, day before yesterday, John Whitehill. I'll talk about him a little bit later, but he was a good friend of mine and he was a mentor to me as a guitar player when I was 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And I'd heard he wasn't well, but obviously he was more unwell than I'd realised. So farewell, Johnny Whitehill, my old friend. We'll talk about you later, play a blues for you later on. I hope everyone's okay. What we're going to play first, we're going to play Madhouse first. And, okay, so. Yeah, Chris, yeah, Johnny Whitehill died yesterday. He'd had cancer. And, hello! Good evening, Wenger Carter, Simon Wenger Carter. Nice to hear from you there in Lausanne in Switzerland. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Okay. Back with the Strat tonight. Okay, what's first? Yes, I just said that, wasn't it? Madhouse. This song is called Madhouse. Good evening, Stephanie Robinson. Good evening, Bob Matthews. Wenger Simon Carter. Wenger Simon Carter. Carter, this song is called Madhouse, and it is written and recorded in the Villa de Bochet, Montreux, 100 yards from Lake Geneva. Yes, indeed. It's Jim Drummond on drums. It's George Panas on bass. And it goes like this. Yes, very nice, enjoyable. I enjoy it. I'm doing what I love to do, which is play the guitar, ladies and gentlemen. I love to play the guitar, yes I do. Been doing it a long time, and if you didn't love it for doing it as long as I've done it, you'd have to be mentally ill. Robert Ashman, good evening. Tipperary, good to hear from you, Robert Ashman. Nice to hear from you. William H. Suarez from Bogota, nice to hear from you. Blues Traveller, good evening. Nick Carter, David Carmen, Stuart Jameson, Dave Mason, Peter Loudon. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are all in it together. So I was compiling this evening's set, and I realised I've got quite a lot of kind of laid-back ambient tracks in the show this evening. And then I thought, well, I need to rearrange the set. And then I thought, I can't be bothered to rearrange the set. So you're going to get a laid-back show, folks. That's why I'm laying back in the chair like this, smacked out of my head. Well, there are a couple of rockers. This one's called Single Coil because it was recorded for the single coil pickup. These are Lollar single coil pickups. They're called Dirty Blondes. Well, they're actually a set called Blondes, right? And they're based on a 50s, like mid to late 50s Fender pickup. But if you upgrade the bridge pickup, it's slightly hotter, so it's a little bit more distorted. So you get a dirtier sound. So they're called Dirty Blondes for that reason. And some people pay fortunes for original Fender pickups. I understand that, and I understand why. But as the years went by, and you have got people like Seymour Duncan experimenting with these different kinds of pickups, what Fender would do, I believe, in the 50s is just basically put 3 identical pickups in. And then people kind of say, well, you know, the bridge pickup is a little bit light, it's a little bit thin, it's not driving the amp as much as the others, because if you see, the string's tighter here, you see. You see? Oh, the camera's changed to the exact point you would want it to be. So the string's tighter down by the bridge there. And it's a bit looser in the middle. So boost the power in this bridge pickup, you see. Andy. Alright, Andy, up there in New York State. From a part of Newcastle upon Tyne called High Heaton, which is where we all come from. Yes, indeed. We all hail from High Heaton in Newcastle upon Tyne. Okay, more music, folks. That one's called Single Coil. Thanks, Andy. See you soon, mate. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, anybody listening, I'm going to be in New York, second week of September. Has anybody got anything going on, babies? Has anybody got anything going on? Would you like me to come and do a little show in your house, in your garden? It'll be, it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to coming back and seeing everybody. Okay, so what's number track 3? Oh, expect no quantize. Expect no quantize. Quantize, for those of you who don't know, quantize is a system used in recording facilities, softwares, to lock everything to the beat, to correct your mistakes. You know, and well, now let's see what we've got here. Yeah, I'll be in touch. Andy. Yeah, I should put that to silent. Yeah, keep some silent. Sorry, folks. It's just slightly distracted. Yes. Yes. So this, I don't quantize the tracks. That's the point. I don't quantize the tracks, folks. It keeps them loose. It keeps them human. So expect no quantize, folks, on these tunes. If it sounds like it's speeding up or slowing down, it probably is. And as the great Ted McKenna said, if you're going to speed up, but whatever you do, don't slow down. Under no circumstances, stop. Yes. Expect no quantize. JD Wild. Thank you very much. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all enjoying the music. I certainly do. Number 3, so number 4. That's a good question. That's a good question. It's a good question. That's a good question. What's number 4? That's a good question. No, what's number 4? That's a good... Will you tell me what number 4 is? That's a good question. Irritating tonight. Am I being irritating tonight? Am I irritating you? Yes. Okay, that's a good question. Here we go. better to put the plectrum down before you start playing the piano. I find that when I'm playing the Beethoven and the Bach and Mozart, I usually put the plectrum down, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Yeah, happy Independence Day for tomorrow in the United States of America. This is not America. No, it's not new. It's not America. It's Newcastle upon Tyne. What are you talking about? Pat Metheny. This is David Bowie. This is not America. It's not. It's Newcastle upon for crying out loud. Good evening, Chris Riding up in Waterloo, Canada. How you doing? Spoke to Harry Goosens yesterday. We call him Harry. You know him as Paul. We were in a band. There was 3 of us called Paul, so we changed his name to Harry. Made perfect sense to us at the time. You're enjoying it, Davey. Oh, thank you very much. Love is the answer from Anita Kiefel. That's a good one. That's a nice one. Graham Brewers, just got your text as I was just setting up, Graham. And I hope your friend from Croatia is here. That would be nice. Yes, okay, I'm actually going to do Watermelon and Easter here later on. It's all about the E majors and the E minor. Yeah, so what can I say, folks? It was my birthday day before yesterday, and having a reflective day, and then I got a phone call from a friend of mine telling me that a very old and dear friend of ours had died on Friday morning. John Whitehill, those of you who know him, he was a guitar player from up here, from Newcastle. And Guitarist magazine held a competition, not a competition, a poll. Guitarist magazine held a poll, the top 10 greatest British blues guitar players of all time. And Johnny Whitehill came 7th. He came 7th, would you believe it? Well, I would believe it, actually, but to get that credit in Guitarist magazine, I wouldn't have saw that coming. And I said that I mentioned to Johnny, I said, hey, Johnny, the 7th greatest British blues guitar player of all time. He says, meaningless, means nothing. That's how we saw it anyway. And I know where he's coming from with that kind of thing. I really do. It's all a load of cobblers at the end of the day, but still something to put in the pages of a magazine. How deep is your love? Is it number 5? Number 4? Number 5. Okay. Bit of the Bee Gees now. The Beatles. Barry Gibbon, John Lennon wrote this one. Well. Okay. So this is a Bee Gees song, and it's a fantastic composition, and it's Paul Wilson playing piano. I don't know if Paul's tuned in, but perhaps he's doing a gig or something like that. Paul Wilson on piano, me on guitar. Here we go. The Bee Gees. How deep is your love? How deep is your love, ladies and gentlemen? Keep it simple, stupid. Okay, here's an original one. And let me check my tuning first. If you don't mind, I'll check my tuning. Talk amongst yourselves. This is a Peterson Strobo tune, which I was fortunate to have been given the opportunity to try and use, and it's the best tuner I've ever seen. And it's too nice to take on the road. It's a beautiful piece of kit. It's a lovely brushed metal. It's a lovely brushed metal chassis. It's a lovely brushed metal chassis, and it's got a very high resolution. It's got a very high resolution. Thingamy. All right, Ray and Leslie Reed, or Ray and Leslie Reed. Okay, where was I? Keep it simple, stupid. Clues in the title. An ambulance just went past your house. Keep it safe, stupid. I like it. I like that. I like that, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, everybody. I hope you're all enjoying the music. Number 8. Okay. Aye. So one I wrote a long time ago. It's time certainly flies, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, so number 8. Number 8, Eleanor Rigby. You ever hear of a band called the Beatles? They were quite big in the 70s and the 60s, I believe. I like it. Alan Partridge said Wings were the band the Beatles could have been. He's very funny, man. He's a funny man. Number 8, okay. This is Ted on drums. Taking that again, I don't like the way that came off. I don't like the way that came off. Yes. Let's straighten it out. Yeah. Recorded in... Let's Straighten It Out. That was recorded in Steve Lukather's studio in North Hollywood, called the Steakhouse, Carter. And it's a shame because we had a record company wannabe boss running the show, and he couldn't organise a binge in a cake shop, although he looked like he had. Yes. Teddy boy rocking it, yeah, Big Ted. Yeah, Big Teddy. What can you say about Big Teddy? Oh! Stunned the microphone there with the guitar neck. Excuse me, folks. Do that, pick it up. Yes, okay. Okay, let's talk about Johnny Whitehill, folks. Let's talk about Johnny Whitehill. John Whitehill was a good friend of mine, and I knew him since I was 16 years of age, folks. And he died yesterday morning. And he hadn't been well. I had heard he hadn't been well. I wasn't sure of the full state of affairs, but yeah, but apparently he died in his sleep. So I was pleased to hear that he died in his sleep. And I went to the College of Arts and Technology as a budding alcoholic, and I went into the college canteen and I was looking for people to jam with. And I asked all of the hierarchy, and they all said no. And then I asked Johnny White, and he says, "Aye, I'll jam with you." And we were friends from that day till this. So you're looking at about 40 years, aren't you, Johnny? And Johnny was the king of. The real old school blues licks. He didn't use pedals or wah-wahs or any of that kind of sophisticated, fancy things. He just plugged his guitar straight into the amp. And like I say, Johnny, sorry to hear about Johnny. He was Northumberland boxing champion for 2 years. A lot of people don't know this, but he was Northumberland boxing champion for 2 years running when he was a young lad. And his old friends, some of them might be tuned in tonight, and I'm sure they won't mind me saying this because it's a well-known fact. They used to call him Spinner in Ashington, Spinner Whitehill. And the reason they used to call him Spinner is when he was a boxer, he used to hit people that hard that they used to spin round on the spot before they went down. He'd spin them round on the boom, then they'd hit the canvas. And he also told me many times that he used to have fist fights in the pubs of Ashington every night. Johnny told me that he had a fist fight, bare knuckles, in the pubs of Ashington every Saturday and every Sunday, every Friday and every Saturday night for 5 years. Every Friday and Saturday for 5 years he had bare knuckle fights in the bars because they all wanted to chin him because he was the boxer. And they all wanted to be the guy who could beat Johnny Whitehill. And I wanted to move to London. You know, my big thing was moving to London. I was a guitar player, and he was kind of in a band called the Blues Burglars, and they were moving to London. And I kind of followed them, you know, kind of got a free lift in the van and all of that. There was a lot of alcohol consumed in those days, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to lie to you. There was a fucking enormous amount of alcohol consumed back in those days. But Johnny, unlike myself, stopped drinking some time ago. He didn't have to get help. He just said, right, that's it. Unlike myself, I couldn't stop and stay stopped. But he stopped and stayed stopped. You know, so you know, that was Johnny Whitehill. But he kind of mentored me, you know, because we used to play at a pub in Newcastle called the Broken Doll. And it was some heavy fucking drinking in those days, I'll tell you. It's a very heavy drinking going on. And which is why I stopped drinking. I've been stopped a long time now, 27 years. And Johnny said to me, you know, Paul, best thing you ever did was stop drinking. And I was so proud when he said that, you know. And you know, we used to talk about, God almighty, talk about blues and blues guitars and different guitars and gauge strings and amplifiers and albums, and you know, and we played all over the place, and we used to, I kind of followed him around like, you know, this kind of eager young kid. And there was a bass player I used to play at the Station Tavern in West London called Alex Demosky, who played on Waka Jawaka for Frank Zappa, believe it or not. And he also played on a solo Peter Green album. And Alex was like I always said Alex was like the Einstein of the bass, you know. He like had this big tash and this grey hair, grey tash and grey hair. He looked like Albert Einstein. And he played these walking bass lines. It's like fucking wonderful. We did lots of stuff. Some of it's, but you know, listen, I'm not broken hearted that Johnny died. I'm sad that he's dead. I texted him last year, and he said that he was laying low because of COVID. And I kind of thought, well, fair enough, some people are more afraid of COVID than others, but I wasn't aware that his illness had progressed as it had, and I can understand precisely why he was lying low. So that's fair enough, you know. But I'll never forget Johnny Whitehill, never. And I'm indebted to him for his support and his encouragement and his mentorship. And him and Paul Lamb used to play in London, and I used to run down there like, you know, Paul Lamb, wonderful, wonderful blues harmonica player, and Johnny Whitehill on guitar. And I learned so much. And I used to say for a joke, I'll end on this, ladies and gentlemen. I used to say for a joke that I served my apprenticeship with Johnny Whitehill and Paul Lamb. And now I will say that I served my apprenticeship with Johnny Whitehill and Paul Lamb with absolute pride and honour. So there you go. Johnny, wherever you are, who knows? I'm sure you're still here in spirit. So we're going to do a minor blues, and this is especially for the great Johnny Whitehill. Here we go. Yes, Nick, Johnny played with Paul Lamb and the King Snakes. Yes, he did indeed. Fantastic. Okay, last one, and it's a blues, and it's going to go like this. That's Ted at the end. Ted and I laughing. Laughing. Why were we laughing? Because people used to say you should get a proper job. And we say, no, it's not going to happen. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed the show this evening. 8:20. That's enough. That's it. You've had your whack. Keep calm and swing, Paul and all. Here's to the Beck Debt Rose Trio. Well, you know, I'm waiting for Jeff to reach out, but I was close to meeting Johnny Depp once. I tell you, I'm friends with a friend of Johnny Depp's, and I was going to be in Miami, and says, "Oh, Johnny Depp's going to be here that weekend." I said, "Oh, great," and then it moved, and it was the next weekend or the weekend before, so we missed. Yeah, okay, Stoyan. Nice to hear from you, Stoyan. Is that Stoyan from the bar at Easy Hire? Because I know there's a couple of Stoyans. But Nick Branson, great stuff, yes. Peter Green, oh, well, hang on a second. I think we're going to call it a day. If you want to help support the show, I have a Patreon link. Anita Kiefel has just pointed out there that the PayPal link doesn't work. Well, I can tell you, the PayPal link that I copy into the description of this video is abbreviated automatically by YouTube. Now, I can absolutely guarantee you 100% that link that I copy and paste into there is the correct link. But by the time YouTube abbreviated, uninvited, it doesn't work anymore. And thank you very much, Davey O. So, you know, I would be, you know, I mean, look, what's the difference, you know? Mazwala, excuse me for not being able to pronounce your name correctly. If you email me at paul@paulrose.co.uk, we can take care of business and we can get you the backing tracks. Don't buy them from Bandcamp, buy them from me, okay? If you want to buy anything, if you want to buy CDs, if you want to buy MP3s, or if you want to buy vinyl, or if you want to buy backing tracks, email me, paul@paulrose.co.uk. I mean, Bandcamp's there for people who can't talk to me directly, but you get the same price, just I don't have to pay Bandcamp. That's all. And I can assure you. Let's have a mess on before we say night-night. Thanks, folks. We say night-night. We say night-night, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Don't let bed bugs bite. Say nighty-night. Cheerio, ladies and gentlemen. Hey.